friends and neighbors, this is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Good morning and welcome into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Wally Lukashensky with Charlie Dern up in the WBEV studio. Big thank you for him stepping in this morning as Kale is out and doing some family business today. So big thank you to Charlie up there. We got to remind you, too, that Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. But I got to talk to you about Randy and his team over at Professional Floor Covering this morning because they're here to help you design the perfect space. They have over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood, tile, area rugs, and window finishings. But it is so much more than floors. They have a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops, cabinets, tile, shower inserts, and more. And it is the holiday season, so you know that the countertops are going to be full right now. People are going to be looking. So you got to make sure that that kitchen or bathroom countertop remodel is taken care of the right way. And that material, the color, and the pattern of a countertop, they all play a major role in how a kitchen or bath remodel will turn out. And they offer a large selection of quartz, granite, marble, and laminate countertops, and they're here to help you find the perfect one that fits both your lifestyle and your design. Professional Floor Covering is an Abbey Design Center, and you can find them at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. It is our Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight Thursday, this Thursday, right a week in front of Christmas. It's a very exciting time to learn about some of these businesses right here in our area. And today we're going to be talking Copper Squared with Renee Hadaway and Jen Ludwig.
Hi.
Well, thank you, first of all, for being here, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
But I got to learn a little bit about Copper Squared. I was asking you a little bit before we got started, and it's a really fun operation that you have going on over there.
Very much so. So we are a women's secondhand clothing store. We carry sizes extra small all the way through 6X. So we have a very wide size range, which is super exciting, especially for like us plus size girls that have a very few selection in stores. So
I'm a plus size king. I get it. They're not out there right now.
No, they're not. You either buy online or if you go to a store, you're in one rack in the corner and you have two options to choose from, and they're usually floral and oversized. So what's unique about our store is every single person from every single size can shop on every single rack in our store except for one. We have extra small through 6X, on every single rack. And so that I think is really exciting when we have girls of all sizes come into our store and they go, "Where's my size?" And they just already have that look of defeat, and I go, "Anywhere."
Wow.
Except for one rack, which is like Lululemon because they only go up to one certain size. But
we don't need the Lululemon for that then. Anyways,
Exactly.
we still have plenty of the other store to be looking around in.
Exactly. We have, over 5,000 items on the floor at all times. We have designer handbags. We have your normal Walmart pieces, and we have designer items. And everything is priced 20 to 60% less than what you're going to find in retail.
Well, this is a really fun idea in a way to really make sure that we aren't wasting out there.
No.
And you guys are repurposing this right away, and people have an opportunity to wear some really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But where did this idea come from? Can you tell me a little bit about the background, about how you got started here?
I have one business already, and I loved owning a business so much. I was like, let's start another one because I'm not psychotic. It's fine. In high school, I was always a little bit larger, and I could never go shopping at a store with my friends. I was a size large and Hollister as well. Not very large. But anyways, finding a place to go shopping with your friends, I think, was kind of the main focus we wanted to do, is so everyone can feel welcome in our store. And I was speaking with a client of mine from my other business, and she was saying how frustrated she was because she has two daughters. They're two totally different sizes, two totally different styles, and she hates shopping for picture outfits because she has to go to multiple stores. And I was like, oh, it's still a problem. I was in high school how many years ago? And there's a space. We first started in Fox Lake, and we were there for a year before we moved to Beaver Dam for a space that's double the size. And I called my mom, who I own a business with, and I said, I have this idea. Tell me no. And I said, I want to open up this clothing store that has all these different sizes that everyone can shop from. And she's like, that's not a bad idea. I said, no. You're supposed to tell me no, because if you tell me yes, then I'm just going to do the thing. I'm just going to do it. And here we are. now we purchase clothes from people in the community. So like people are able to bring their orders into us and we give them cash on the spot, which is super cool. So we're not like consignment. We like to say we're a little better than consignment because you get your cash right away. So they bring their items to us. We look through their bags. We pick out the items that we're wanting and they get cash. And then we sell it in store. Or people are able to make donations, and we have a donation pile in the back where we like to give back to the community first. Some of the victims from the Mayville and Juneau tornado that happened last spring came in, and they picked through the donation pile, and we let them do a little shopping spree around the store. There was a fire in the Myra, I think it was, that they came in to pick out some things, and whatever doesn't sell or doesn't go from our donation pile, we take to St. Vinny's, or we try to give back to the community as much as we can.
Well, it sounds like that word community means a lot in this group. And
yes.
I know that even when I was in school, like when I was self-conscious and like my buddies want to go to the mall and to go walk around like an Abercrombie and Fitch. And I'm like, actually, I'm going to go check out this other store.
I'm going to find a purse. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what I would do.
I don't need the clothes right
sunglasses.
now.
Like,
So to have that option, they utilize that right down here in Dodge County for people that aren't aware of where this is.
And same with like extra small girls. Like even the extra smalls, because we get girls that come in here that are double zeros. And they're like, we don't have our size in stores. I'm like, I didn't know it was a problem for that size as well. So like, come on in.
Yeah.
It's a big family over there.
Yeah.
But people that want to figure out where this is or want to learn more, where are you guys located at?
So we are at 108 Front Street in Beaver Dam. So right across from Draft House Pizza. We're right downtown. And so the easiest way to find us is right on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We're currently working on a website. Being a newer business, we're trying to slowly build up like that website and try to figure out what exactly we want from a website. So we're still working on that. But Facebook, Instagram is kind of like the main sources. Otherwise, find us right at downtown, 108 Front Street.
And is it as simple as typing in Copper Squared on Facebook? It'll pop up.
Absolutely.
We're good to go?
I hope so.
If I can figure it out, that's a good sign. So that's good to know. I know that we only have a couple minutes left, but I'd love to highlight. Is there anything that what do you guys do? You talk about donations that you guys love to help out with St. Vinny's as well. But people, I imagine, they might have clothes in their closet that they're like, I'm never going to wear this.
Yeah.
Do you take donations as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we won't say no to donations. What we'll do is we'll look through, see if there's any items that it would be worth selling for us. If not, they just go in the pile in the back or like in the bins in the back. And then that's when people come through and get to pick out like if they're struggling, if there's a fire, a natural disaster, or we just take it to St. Vinny's. So, otherwise, like we like to highlight that we're a family-owned business, that it's a mother-daughter duo that started the thing, that we have a very wide range of sizes. I mean, extra small through 6X. Like you don't find that places.
And we get so much feedback from our customers, mothers coming in and getting emotional that this is the first time their daughter was able to shop with her friends. And just the feedback that we get from the community really makes us feel good. And it looks and
feels like a high-end boutique because we put if you would have seen that space beforehand,
And
she was neglected.
Yeah. Our general contractor, my son-in-law,
my husband,
is amazing at everything, and he doesn't.
Except shelves. We had a shelf break recently, and I was like,
pretty funny.
My general contractor failed at that. My husband.
He doesn't know how to say no, and it's great.
I felt that.
And he's cheap because all we had to do was pay him with Menards rebates.
And lots of hugs and kisses.
Hey,
from me.
That was on you.
From me.
That was on you.
Well, that's where that family dynamic comes in. You mentioned you're a mother-daughter tandem that's running this. Yeah. What has that been like as you
Stressful. As a daughter.
As a mom, I imagine it's stressful
daughter.
too.
It's so great.
At the beginning, it was hard. We're very close. We're a very close family, and it was hard in a sense that we're both very strong personalities and trying to get our groove. And now that we are in this a little over a year.
Almost 2 now.
Yeah, we know what Renee is good at. We know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And so she takes hers, I take mine. And what really helps is we have an amazing staff that helps us as well. For the first year, we did it completely ourselves. Yeah. We work the store every single day. We both work full-time on top of it. The store is just our little extra
Passion project.
Yeah.
But now we have 5 girls that work for us, and they're all fantastic, and they all love helping people just as much as we do. So when someone comes in the store going, I need a pair of jeans. All right, let's find it for you. Or some girls, I haven't put on jeans in 3 years. I live in leggings. I have no clue what size we are. All right, we'll do some shopping for you. I'm looking for this. Great, fantastic. And so all of us put together outfits. Like, we just have so much fun with them.
I know that, like, especially I come from a very similar family where we're really tight knit, and when you do work together, that is it can be a fun thing because you do have so much rapport that with each other that you are able to be honest with each other.
Absolutely.
So even though it might have been stressful at the beginning, I'm sure at this point it sounds like you guys are a well-oiled machine.
We got it now. Yeah. We're good now.
Like I tell people, I haven't killed her yet, so.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but I want to thank you both, first of all, so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
I hope you have very happy holidays.
Thank you.
And then I'll have to go down. I'm obviously not going to probably be wearing too much of it, but I'll have to check you out.
We sell gift cards.
Oh, that's actually
So
fantastic.
men can
This
come
time
down.
of year,
Men-
when you're putting shopping off to the last minute, this is the time to get involved here.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that men can buy at our store is gift cards.
All right, well, that's
Their
easy
credit
for
cards
me.
work just as well.
I can do that. Just put me the number. I'm good to go.
Sounds good.
Well, you guys have a great
Thank you.
holiday season, and then we'll make sure we catch up with you very soon.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to continue our Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight Thursday. That's next here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We continue our Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight now with Renee Henning with Community Care, which is preschool and child care services. I would love to dive in a little bit because this isn't in a realm that I'm all too familiar with yet, as I'm not a father.
Well, I can help you. What would you like to know first? We've
love
been
to hear
around for a long time.
That's what I was going to ask. How long have you been around? What does this process look like for you?
So, Community Care has been part of the Beaver Dam community since 1974. So, quick math.
That's over 50 years.
Yeah, we had our 50th birthday last year, so we celebrated really big. Our founding mother was a woman named Marilyn Paulson, and she was a Spitfire just like me.
I love it. We need to have that energy. I can feel it already.
She was really, in 1974, people, childcare wasn't really a thing. But more and more women were getting into the workforce, and she worked in healthcare, and she saw that there was a problem with, if a kid was sick or something, there just wasn't enough caregiving options for the healthcare industry, which was dominated by females and such. There was just a problem, and she said, I think I can solve that. So she was the founding mother of Community Care.
And now 50 years later,
and
we're sitting here getting to talk about it.
Right.
And when you hear childcare, it can be a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to community care, what do you specialize in? What if people are thinking, hey, I might have to figure out a place to take my child? How do they know if you're a fit?
I tease that I should be the second person you tell when you're expecting.
Ooh, I like that.
Right now in our state, there are large pockets of what we call child care deserts, and Dodge County happens to be in one of them. And you don't have time for me to tell you all about how we got here on that. You want to know, what should I do? If I find out I'm expecting, what should I do? Again, don't wait. Start shopping. Start taking a look at all the different options to see which one's going to fit for your family and your career path. At Community Care, we still have choices, 3, 4, and 5 day a week commitments. And again, I do realize that childcare at this point in time in the world's economy can be one of the most expensive things that a family, sometimes it's more than a mortgage, depending on how many children you have. So, but what I think sets Community Care apart is that we have a deep commitment to social and emotional growth for small people, right from birth all the way to when you head off to big school to go to kindergarten. So what we're going to be doing is strengthening that relationship, because that's what matters for little kids, is that they have a secure, solid relationship base. And you do that through all the things that, the little things you do all day long intentionally with children. And then our teachers are well-versed and trained in early education. So everybody that's a lead teacher either has a 4-year or 2-year degree in early education. I firmly believe in educating teachers, because the more educated a teacher is, the better they're going to be for their student.
Well said.
So, where little children spend their time matters. So choosing wisely, doing your homework, checking us out online. I always say, did you stalk me?
Well, how can they?
Well, they can stalk me by checking us out online. We have a website, communitycarebeaverdam.net. That's a good place. Also, the state of Wisconsin, we're all licensed. So any childcare provider you want to look at, you can go check it out, see what kinds of things happen when they're licensed or visits. Are they following the rules? Is it safe? I also feel when you come in, what's the vibe? What's the vibe in the center when you're walking with the director or whomever you're getting the tour with? What do you see? What do you hear in the classrooms? What do you observe? Those are all things that parents really need to look at to see what's going to fit for me.
So something I've always been curious about, because you mentioned, hey, when you're expecting, you need to be the second person that is informed
your
about
friend.
this. So what are the age range that you guys do help and take care of?
Oh, yeah. Our license is from 6 weeks to 12 years.
6 weeks? I didn't realize that was even an option.
Well, most mothers, I haven't seen a 6-week-old in quite a long time.
Sure.
Most moms are more like the 12 to even longer. A lot of times now today, people do a little bit of hodgepodge of childcare just because it's so expensive and hard to get into. So grandmas are stepping up, grandpas are stepping up, aunties, those kinds of creative methods are appearing. But yeah, you should not wait if you're expecting.
Well, especially at a young age, you mentioned the importance. I mean, you're imprinting on a young child. This is
Right.
one of the most
matters.
pivotal times in their life. So yes, while it is expensive, it is something that is very important,
Yes.
and you need it. You can't just leave the kid at home or
Well,
trust
yeah,
a neighbor or something that you weren't
do
sure
that,
about.
but I don't recommend that.
You're right. Well, and when you
Right,
talk about
exactly.
these services, again, this is like very new to me. It's flying a bit. Well, what are some of the services that you do offer throughout the day with the kids?
So, again, intentional adults that are, they know child development, they know how to engage children, they know at what age we're doing things in an order, what's typical, if we're having some challenging behaviors. Oh, okay. I've seen this before, and I think this is what we can do to make this child feel better about mom leaving for the day, and we're crying and we're melting on the ground. What can we do about that? Well, we're going to do some I love you rituals. Like we're going to do like the kissing hand. We're going to put a kiss in our hand. We're going to hold it, and mommy will always be right there for you. Those kinds of things. That's what a professional in early education is going to give you. They're going to know what to do. Like, oh, my kid is chewing on their shirt. What should we do? Hey, I've seen that before. Here's what we could try. Da, 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 and so forth.
It sounds like you get a lot of fulfillment from being able to do this.
I
Can
think
you talk
Tracy
a little
might
bit about that?
I think Tracy might tell you that I'm just a tiny bit passionate about my work.
Hey, that's
Just
a good
maybe.
thing.
Just maybe.
We need to have the passion,
Well, we
especially in this
do.
field.
We do. I'm a social worker by trade, and that's what I went to UW Whitewater for. But then I got into long-term care because I think my grandparents had a big imprint on me. So I thought, well, that's what I want to do. Well, as I became a mother, a working mother, I became involved with community care because, well, my friend picked it, so it must be good. So
Right there. I jump off the bridge after him.
Yeah, right. If it's good for her, it's good for me.
Well
this
said.
is how I picked it, like seriously. That is another sidebar. That is another great way to choose a child care center to kind of get the feel. What are you hearing from friends? What are you hearing from colleagues? They'll tell you things.
Yeah, they'll tell you,
So-
especially when it comes to kids. They're going to be honest with you.
But I kind of fell into childcare in a not traditional way, and I think it's good. It's good. It's where I belong, and it's been 19 years, and I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Well, I would love to ask before we have a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing? When you do get to wake up every morning and go and see these kids, and you know that you're going to be instrumental in their young development too.
Okay, so this is going to tie in for Tracy, and she's going to really love this story. So I have a 3.5-year-old in my program, and she's just a little spitfire. I just love her personality. She just lights up a room, So this last fall, I was like, I'm going to do that witch's dance because I didn't know. Like, I thought you had to have a special invitation.
You guys were great, by the way. We got to see it down there.
So I was like, I'm doing that, and I'm wearing my favorite color, orange, and this is what I'm going to do. So I got the whole outfit on, right? So I get downtown, and my friend is with her mom and her sister, and they are there too. I'm like, oh, hey, you're here. Oh, can I stand with you? I don't know what to do. She's like, we're going to, she's going to tell me how to dance. She's 3.5.
Well, you sometimes
Okay.
you need good instruction.
Right? So we do the witch's dance, and we have a blast, right? You saw me.
Yeah. Oh,
It
you
was
had
great.
fun. I had fun
It was
watching
great.
you.
It was great. Okay, so Monday morning comes along, right? I saw you at the witch's dance, my friend says, and she's got this big grin on her face. Every single day that week, she would say, with this twinkle in her eye, I saw you at the witches dance, and I was
You're
like,
eat your heart out. I had a
was
blast.
So, we just made this little connection, and that was back in the end of October, and we're still talking about it. It's just so sweet. It's those kind of memories and those kind of connections that I make with families that make me get up every day and say, yeah, I like this. This is cool.
I mean, the reason we do this Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight, I love diving in and learning about the community. And community's in the name, community care.
Yeah. It is.
With a minute left here, I'd love to open the floor to you. Anything that we haven't talked about today, or you feel like we really want to hammer home for people out there that do want to learn a little bit more about what you do?
Yeah, just
I was going to say, it sounds like you guys are just doing so many great things.
We are.
And
2025 we had our staff celebration this last Tuesday, and there was a lot to celebrate of 2025. Honest to God, it's a tough business right now in childcare, but I think we're holding on. We're making good, solid decisions. We're providing a good product for our parents. We're building those relationships. We're making a difference in the lives of families in Beaver Dam.
Well, Renee, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Wally.
Hope you have a great holiday season and continue doing the amazing work that you are doing over at Community Care.
And thank you. You guys, we couldn't do it without you with being a children's radiothon. We've been a participant, I think, 15, 14. I don't know. I'm getting old now. How many years we've participated?
I was going to say, and I've only been here 2. You've been a part of it forever for me.
You guys have a special place in my heart, so thanks for what you do.
Thank you very much. Okay. And we are going to throw it to a break, come back, and we're going to continue our Beaver Dam Spotlight. But that, first of all, great job. You're awesome. We'll be right back with more Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The Labor Department says inflation slowed unexpectedly last month. The Consumer Price Index rising 2.7% in November from a year earlier. Year over year, inflation remains above the Fed's 2% target, though, and Americans have been complaining for months about affordability, including the cost of groceries. President Trump in a primetime address last night to the country, blaming Joe Biden for that and other issues. ABC's Jonathan Carl.
If the president was addressing a crisis last night, it seemed to be a crisis of confidence in his handling of the economy. Americans are overwhelmingly unhappy with the state of the economy, and a clear majority in many recent polls are blaming Donald Trump.
The government has admitted that the actions of an air traffic controller and Army helicopter pilot played a role in causing last January's mid-air collision between the chopper and a passenger plane. Brian Walsh, Massachusetts man convicted of first-degree murder in the death of his wife Anna, sentenced to life in prison. This is ABC News.
Breaking news. You need a new mattress. For all kinds of breaking news, stick with your trusted source. 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, broadcasting in the Slumberland Furniture Studio.
Today's news and sports headlines are brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health. They're here for every age and stage of life. Find more information at prairieridge.health.
From the Daily Dodge News Center, I'm Terry Bell. Schools are driving up property taxes in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Policy Forum just released its research this week. It shows property tax levies for Wisconsin schools went up nearly 8% statewide this year. That's about $476 million, which is the biggest year-over-year increase in more than 30 years. Fond du Lac County is one step closer to a new jail. The Board of Supervisors this week designated 2 possible locations to replace the current jail, which is not up to code. One site is a vacant lot on Scott Road in Fond du Lac. The other is on Western Avenue. Supervisors say they'll choose a location once they have more information. Wrong-way driving is on the rise in Wisconsin this year. The State Department of Transportation says there have been more than 700 reports this year. To cut those numbers, the DOT is adding bigger warning signs and installing more wrong-way alert systems. Officials are urging drivers to stay alert and avoid distractions. Cities around America are replacing their water pipes made of lead. New federal rules phasing out lead pipes were enacted last year. In Beaver Dam, that work has coincided with street repairs, but Mayor Bobby Mark says the pace needs to pick up to meet the federal deadline of 2037. Lead is toxic and can be harmful to humans. Two players in Wisconsin won big in Monday night's Powerball drawing. Tickets worth $50,000 were won in Sun Prairie and Hartford. Since nobody won the top prize, last night's jackpot was more than $1.25 billion. Nobody's won the top Powerball prize in September. I'm Terry Bell reporting from the Daily Dodge News Center. Submit your news tips at DailyDodge.com.
Award-winning news you can count on. WBEV.
In sports, the Badger women's volleyball team faces Kentucky tonight at the Final Four in Kansas City. Texas A&M and Pitt play in the other national semifinal. Coverage begins at 7 on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Micah Parsons officially went on the injured reserve yesterday, ending his season. Receiver Christian Watson was able to practice on Wednesday. He hopes to play Saturday night against the Chicago Bears. Bucks back in action tonight. They take on Toronto. Coverage begins at 6:30 on 95.3. Beaver Dam girls basketball team hosts Oregon tonight. 7 o'clock the broadcast time on Daily Dodge TV. That's your Daily Dodge Sports Center. I'm Wade Bates on 95.3 WBEV.
Looking for a new doctor? Prairie Ridge Health's family medicine team is welcoming new patients in Beaver Dam, Columbus, Marshall, and Sun Prairie. From wellness checks to managing chronic conditions, we are here to care for you at every age and every stage of life. Meet our providers and schedule an appointment at prairieridge.health or call 920-623-1200. Prairie Ridge Health, inspired by you.
Today's news and sports headlines were brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health. They're here for every age and stage of life. Find more information at prairieridge.health.
Sunshine, blizzards, downpours, even school and community closings. Never get caught off guard with the latest weather conditions and cancellations at DailyDodge.com. Brought to you by Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning.
Rain likely, then mixing with and changing to all snow. Today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 41. Winds out of the southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again. Tonight, slight chance for snow showers. Lows dip down to about 8 above. A dusting of snow tonight. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Right now, it's 39 degrees.
Join your Hire Insurance team for senior solutions every Friday at 11:10 here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hire Insurance will help you plan for today and tomorrow. They'll answer your questions about health, life, insurance, income, and legacy planning, Medicare, Social Security maximization, and so much more. Together, they'll help you meet your short and long-term needs. Senior Solutions with Hire Insurance, every Friday at 11:10 on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Ho, ho, ho. Hi, kids. This is Santa. I'm getting ready to make my way to Dodge County this Christmas. But before I do, I want to hear from you. So please write me a letter and let me know what you would like for Christmas this year. And with your parents' help, drop them in my official Dropbox at Swan Park Rotary Lights in Beaver Dam. I might just read your letter on WBEV.
Made possible by Bayside Supper Club and Cassandra Schmidt of Modern Women of America.
At Summit Automotive Ford and Beaver Dam, we make things easy. Hi, I'm Cody. Need service? We'll come to you with mobile service or pick up and drop off your vehicle wherever you are. Plus, over 100 new Fords and 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock during our year-end sale. Only at Summit Automotive.
Wheel of Meat!
Every Monday morning at 7:40, listen for your chance to spin the Leroy Meats Wheel of Meat. It's full of specialty meat items. The Leroy Meats Wheel of Meat, Monday mornings on 95.3 WBEV.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321-321. That's METER to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, this is Randy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's important.
Welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is brought to you by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. And you can discover McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and make this your best Christmas ever. Sandy and the team over there are having a store-wide holiday sale. This Christmas, give yourself one special gift for the home. Give one for your family. You can choose from over 100 Lazy Boy recliners in stock, and they're ready for prompt delivery. Prices start at $399, and they have a selection of Christmas doormats for $9 each. Give them the gift of time with the Waller tabletop clock. Tabletop clocks start at $39, and brighten up that dark corner with a decorative table or a floor lamp. Mini Tiffany lamps, I know Sherry Sackett loves those, are on sale for $99. Make this your best Christmas ever with gifts for the home. Shop the holiday sale at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, celebrating Christmas in downtown Beaver Dam for 167 years. That sale will end December 23rd. Don't got a lot of time left, but we don't have a ton of time left here on our Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight. And I have had a pleasure getting to know Ashley Sisler in the break right here. And she's with Loyal Exteriors. And Ashley, before we get going, thank you for being here. And it's a pleasure to have you in Beaver Dam area, because it sounds like you're going to be a Wisconsinite for the long haul now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick around with you guys. I don't know if y'all can all tell now that I'm not from here. And actually, let me tell you something. I met the sheriff yesterday. And
we love him.
He informed me that I have been saying Wisconsin wrong the whole time. I was saying it Wisconsin.
I get the hard time too.
He says there's no E. So I've been practicing on my Wisconsin.
See, they give us outsiders a hard time here. You got an ally in me here, Ashley. So you say Wisconsin or Wisconsin, however you want to say it.
I firmly believe I don't talk funny, y'all do.
See?
They do.
Thank you.
It's a damn thing.
We're locked in here. Well, I would love to hear a little bit about what you guys do, where this all came to be, and how you did get up here to Wisconsin.
So, Loyal Exteriors, over the owner, Kevin Shaver, he has been servicing the community for over 20 years, specializing in roofing, exterior, and gutters. He is an insurance specialist. If you have a hailstorm, which we did have, May 15, a big hailstorm, he is able to completely walk you through the process. Now, how I got to Wisconsin is I was actually working on the carrier side. So I come from Arkansas to Wisconsin. There was a hailstorm in Waupun 2 years ago. So I started there, and that's how Kevin and I met.
Get out. And one, I know that you, before we get too far ahead, you've brought up Kevin a lot, because this is someone that even before you started working with him, you guys had a great chemistry, and I'm sure it helped make this an easy transition for you.
Absolutely. I can absolutely say I liked Kevin way before he was my boss. When I was on the carrier side, I was handing out his business cards to the people we would go adjust their houses, and they said they didn't have a contractor, or if they did have one of those door knocking contractors, I'd be like, hey, I know a guy that's really going to help you out. So I was a Kevin fan well before he was my boss, but he is a wonderful man. He does so much for this community.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Got to give him a big shout out here. And you mentioned the hailstorms, because I know, especially last year, we were sitting down here in the studio when that came through, and the first thing we all do is go home and check out, whether it's the roofs, check out your car. You can still utilize you guys, even though that happened in May. I didn't realize that you have a little bit of time still.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's imperative, because what people don't understand is hail damage doesn't show up right on the spot. It takes time. So, because what happens is that hail hits the mat, it fractures that mat, and then the water sits there and starts pooling. It may be months, years later, you start to see water spots on your ceiling. You're going to call your insurance company and say, hey, I got water on my ceiling. They're going to come out, they're going to look and see you have very old hail damage, and that's not something that's going to be covered.
Wow. Well, and that's something that I think a lot of people, like myself included, if I don't see it right away, it becomes back of mind. Like, I'll worry about that later. You still have until May 15th, you told me.
Absolutely. So we actually have until May 15th to get the file claimed and to have the roof put on, but that is not going to be an issue, as soon as the snow flies and it starts warming up again, we can start putting roofs back on, and we will definitely have things taken care of by May 15th.
Well, and this time of year, you taught me a new word today. Ice damming.
Ice damming. It is a big thing. We've been getting a lot of phone calls, and people don't really understand. So we've put on over 250 roofs this year, and we've gotten a couple phone calls, people saying, hey, Kevin, there's something going on. I've got icicles on my roof. And what people don't understand is it's not a roofing or a gutter issue. More than likely, it's going to be an insulation issue. So what happens is the heat from your home starts to rise. It gets up into your attic. Our roofs are covered in snow, so it starts to melt that snow. Well, what happens is it melts down the roof, and then when it gets to the eave and it gets to your overhang, it refreezes. And then it literally causes an ice dam. So as that water is trickling down, it dams up, and then it starts to push up under your shingles, and then you're going to see it start coming down into your house. But it's not an installation issue typically. It's not a gutter issue. More than likely, it's going to be an insulation issue.
Well, and I know everybody thinks of the Christmas story this time of year, and you're like, hey, you know what, the icicles, it's dangerous when you're outside, and it is. However, it's also dangerous for your roof. I didn't realize that the way you're describing it, it can actually affect your shingles and cause other problems well beyond the winter months.
Absolutely. And so if you can safely remove those things, it's really, the snow from your roof, it's really, if you're seeing those icicles, it's recommended that you do.
So that's another thing that I am terrified of. So how is the best way to do that? Just go up there, get a broom, and start moving it off?
Well, remember, I'm from Arkansas.
Yeah, a ton of snow down there in Arkansas.
Listen, I think one time we got 3 inches and we had a whole
Shut down
party.
the entire thing.
Oh, listen, honey, it got down to 32, and there was some flurries, and my sister-in-law called and said, there's people wrapped around trees. So, honest to goodness, you probably need to ask a true Wisconsinite how to remove snow from a roof. We can call Kevin. Hey, Kev, call me, bud.
Well, it sounds like you're already embracing a Wisconsinite, by the way.
Yes.
I love that. And you were getting fired up right before we started talking today because there are storm chasers that are a big factor in this kind of development.
Yes.
What does that look like? And I'd love to hear the story to completion this time.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to start. Now, mind you, this is when I was on the carrier side. So I was working for an adjusting firm. We went out to a claim, and when we got there, we noticed that there was no exterior damage. So usually when you have a hailstorm, all the time, you're going to have collateral damage. You're going to have gutters, downspouts, window wraps. So, there's just sporadic weird damage. We get up on the roof. Contractor has already made his test squares, and in the test squares, there's 10 perfect little hail hits. And we're looking, and I'm like, over here, there's no hail damage whatsoever.
It's just this little area.
There's no hail damage over here whatsoever. So we get off the roof, and we're like, suspicious. So what we end up doing is we actually had to have an engineer come out. So an engineer was called out from, I think he was from Pennsylvania.
Oh, there you go.
I know.
Homeland.
He flew in, and he done his assessment, and I'd never seen it before while I was working on the carrier side, but the assessment came back as man-made hail.
Wow.
Man-made hail. So what these storm chasers are doing is they go out, they come from all different states, they pour into your towns, they rent buildings, pretend like they're the hometown guy. And then what they do is they literally case the streets, they beat people's door down, tell people, oh, you've got hail damage, won't even have a piece of hail damage, literally terrifying people, because most people do not understand insurance. They don't understand how their policy works, and all they know is they have a professional coming to their house saying, you have significant hail damage and you need to get it taken care of.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
I can't get over that we've got to that point where we have people actually going out chasing storms and trying to capitalize on really low points in people's lives.
And they are making a ton of money. They are infiltrating the system. And what's happening with these door knocking contractors, what you're going to see is we've seen policies go to ACV policy, which means actual cash value. So if you have a hailstorm, they've gone to actual cash value, which is the value that your roof is today. So say you have a 30-year-old roof and your roof is 15 years old, they're only going to pay out 15 more years of the roof. So they will pay you 50%. But due to the influx of door knockers and storms, everyone's seeing an overall rate increase, which is expected because we've had 2 hailstorms 2 years in a row.
Absolutely.
But it's really become an issue. It really has. And you can go online, do your research. I highly suggest that everybody, if you go in to have your roof done, go in, make sure it's a local person, because here's the storms. This is what they do. They're coming into the storms and they're setting up shop. But then when the storm's over, they disperse. So what happens if you have a leak? 6 months later, guess what? You go to call that telephone number, they're nowhere to be found. That's why it's most important you go with hometown people.
Well
Kevin
said.
in Loyal Exteriors is right here in Beaver Dam. He's been servicing this area for over 20 years. He is honest. He is loyal to this community.
I love that. Loyal for loyal right there.
He is loyal to this community. And I'm a natural insurance girl. I naturally lean carrier. And so when you have someone who naturally leans carrier and then switches over to the contractor side, and I'm so happy here because he is honest. He does things like he's supposed to. I'm really proud to work for him.
Well, we're really proud to have you in this community, too.
Yeah, God brought me here.
Hey, I 100% believe that. And as we wrap up, can you tell us where people can find you?
Yes, we are located at 300 North Center Street. You guys can look us up on Facebook. I have been spicing that Facebook up. It is so funny to me. It's my favorite thing. I love posting on our Facebook. It's so cheesy, and I love it. It's my favorite. And then you can also reach us at 920-382-4409 or at loyalexteriors@gmail.com.
Ashley, it's been a true pleasure to get to meet you today. I know you're going to be a force in this community, and I'm so excited to see what you do. But happy holidays, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Absolutely. Right back at you, sister. And that's going to wrap us up, or at least we're going to go to our final break today. Before we come back, we're going to let you know what's coming up on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day right here on the station. That's next on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
MechLLC.com, proud to be your local Train dealer, because nothing runs like a train.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is brought to you by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Big shout out to Charlie Dern being the big producer today, making sure that we sound good up there in the WBEV studio. I got a rapid fire what we got coming up on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then I'll be out of your hair for another 24 hours. But on Christmas Eve at 6 p.m., Wayland Academy's Lessons and Carols will be on 95.3 WBEV, followed at 7 o'clock by St. Stephen's Beaver Dam Christmas Service. At 8 p.m., the Beaver Dam Area Orchestra Holiday Concert. At 9 p.m., that 2025 Red Kettle Concert. 10 o'clock, Music and the Spoken Word Holiday Special. And then at 10:30, wrapping up our Christmas Eve coverage, First Lutheran Church Beaver Dam Christmas Eve service before we actually get into Christmas Day. From midnight until 5 a.m., we will have Christmas music with limited interruptions. From 5 a.m. until 9, we have the Mannheim Steamroller and American Christmas Special Part 1. And then 9 a.m. to 10, the Red Kettle Concert once again is going to be playing. 10 a.m. to 11, the Beaver Dam Area Orchestra Holiday Concert. 11 to 12, St. Stephen's Beaver Dam Christmas Service. 12 until 2, Watertown Players, A Christmas Story, old-time radio play. This is the main one we're going to be really fired up to rock out there at the early afternoon part as I fall apart on you. And then from 2 p.m. until midnight, the Mannheim Steamroller and American Christmas Special Part 2. We're looking forward to that holiday season, spending it with the family, and hope you guys do this very same. Thank you for everybody that came on today for our Beaver Dam Chamber Spotlight. We'll be back with another edition of Hometown Today tomorrow on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.